Wow, is everybody here already? What's going on? What's up, Corey? What's up, Audrey? What's up, Malia? How you doing? Freddie, Tracy, what's going on? Valador, just let you know I do encourage that type of behavior. So whenever you're ready, truly send it. I do very much encourage that type of behavior. Chester, Freddie, what's going on? Lady, how you doing? Ryan, what's going on, bud? How you doing, man? Tanya, Allen, what's going on? What hat? I think it's my Amity hat. Oh, that's my Amity hat. Figured it went well with the Never Tell shirt anyway, so. CBT, welcome with the membership. Welcome to the team. How you doing? Thought you already were one. Am I tripping? I thought you already were. Donna, yes, I can see you. Hey, Dr. Carla. Hey, Louise. How are you guys? Ooh, we're just getting this thing moving, getting this thing started over here. No time like the present, right? Logan, please get the job first. Okay, don't if you don't have a job or you're gonna be not doing well by becoming a member, please don't do that. If I find out, I will be so angry. Those who can support, I really appreciate everyone who does. And if you can't, then that's okay too. We still love you and want you here. Speaking of those who can, Valador, thank you so much for becoming a member. Also, Valador, I thought you were already a member. This is crazy. I didn't know we had this many non-members here to begin with. I thought they were already there. Yeah, Dancing Spider, you were 100% right. Tapping, hitting the like, commenting, those are all free on these platforms. They just let you do it. They don't charge you or nothing. They don't charge you or nothing. Valdor said, "Oh, you just renewed. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, it's re-up time for everybody." Where's my iPad? There it is. Just re-up time for everybody. I like that type of stuff. All right. I think we're all getting kind of set up over here. You are green now. Does that mean you're a member? Yes, that 100% means that you're a member. And if you don't remember subscribing, that most likely means that somebody gifted you one.
is insane.
Luis wants to know where he can send me a Puerto Rico hat. And I'll be honest with you, we, like, both Ari and I keep talking about getting like a P.O. box so that we can do that. And honestly, we just keep forgetting, like, just other things get in the way and we just forget. So we will get that soon. Maybe beginning of the new year. Maybe that'll be the new year thing that we'll do. And we'll get a P.O. box. And that way you can send one to me. I mean, I could go buy one, but I feel like it's a lot more special if you send it, right? I feel like it's a lot more special if you send it. Get it from Puerto Rico, you know? I'll do it. We'll get the P.O. box, okay? We will. People want to send me art. People want to send me all sorts of things to help decorate. I have a whole other wall and stuff like that I need to decorate too now. So maybe we will hook that up. Gmart, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate that. Yo, we're already up to 3 new members today. That is pretty impressive. You think we can get up to 10 today? I think between members and super chats, we can get up to 10 new ones today. I think we can do that. That'd be pretty impressive. W's a chat for Gmart. I don't even know how many members we're up to now. We were up pretty high. I don't know if we've kind of come down or not. Yeah, we're kicking down a little bit, but that's okay. We're down at 288, but that's okay. But thank you so much, Luis. I will definitely make sure we get you an address or something to be able to hook that up on. For sure. Oh, well, welcome in, everyone. Y'all welcome on in as we're getting this thing started. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday. I know I'm having a wonderful Monday. Look at this. I said we're at 3 new members. See if we can get up to 10 new ones today. I did just say that. And right after that, we got Delaney. Delaney's been here for a while with the membership. That's beautiful. W's in chat for Delaney. And right behind that, Justin becoming a member also. We're already up to 5. We just started this thing. We are already up to 5. That is beautiful. Welcome Justin and Delaney to the team. Big W's in the chat for both of them. Big W's in the chat for both of them. That is awesome. I really appreciate that. We got Delaney and we got Justin over here. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Waiting for MAGA to come. MAGA will show up. MAGA's just out doing MAGA things. Okay? MAGA's out doing MAGA things. That's what MAGA does. MAGA goes out and MAGA does MAGA things. Okay? But they'll come around eventually. And if they don't for some reason come around, we're still going to hang out for a bit. Because I have this whole block of my day already blocked out. So we're going to hang out and talk about things regardless. Sound fair? We got Epstein files to talk about. Lots of redactions, apparently, that weren't really redactions. We got all sorts of fun stuff to talk about. Apparently, we have an armada now. That's new. That's all new stuff, right? I asked if we could get to 10 memberships. We already had 5 singles over here, and then Luis right behind it with the 10 gifted memberships right there. We got 10 new members right off that gifted. We got Diane, we got Cece, we got Melody, we got Christopher. We have Davis, we have Trolling, we have Shrugs, we have Douglas, and K1. All brand new members. Oh, and Sarah. Didn't even see Sarah over there. 10 brand new members. Huge W's in the chat for all of those brand new members. Make sure you guys are coming in, hanging out, join the Discord too. And remember, if you're a member, you get into sub-only spaces on there, which we're working on. They still need a lot of improvement. We need a lot more stuff going on in the sub-only stuff and the members-only parts of the Discord. But I'm working on it. Okay, I have lots of great ideas. I have lots of great ideas and not enough time. Okay, so when I have enough time to catch up with all of these ideas, then it'll be a lot better. But that's going to be this year, I promise you. 2026 is going to be the year of Polly. That's going to be my improvement, right? Everybody has their like New Year's resolutions. Mine's going to be better at doing this, better at being in my Discord, better at all that sort of stuff. And we're going to get there by the end of the year. I bet you we will. They'll be the best ideas. I had ideas. They were the best ideas. I said these ideas, and these big burly men, they were crying. They were weeping. They were saying, Polly. They were saying, Polly, those are the most wonderful ideas that I've ever heard of. And they wept. They said, this is the greatest day of my life. It's the day you told me your ideas. And second after that was the day that my children were born. And they wept. They wept. Some may say they're the best ideas ever. Some may say that many people say that. Many people, experts, many people say that they're the best ideas. I wouldn't say ideas as much as I would say concepts of ideas. Concepts of the ideas. Simply just see, I would already have these ideas done, but Biden, okay, but Biden gave the worst ideas, and 11 months later, I'm still working to try to fix Biden's ideas. Okay. Sleepy Joe Biden. You know what Sleepy Joe Biden said? Affordability is a hoax. That's what all the Democrats say. You know, affordability was actually my idea. I actually did affordability. I was actually the first one to think of affordability. Was I say inflation is the serious form of flattery? Flattery. By the way, most sincerest isn't necessary in the English language. It'd be most sincere or sincerest. You don't need both. Yeah, the correct thing is imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. Yeah, didn't know I would have to be here teaching English today. That was my worst subject in school. I hated English class. All right, I hated English class. Now I gotta teach it apparently. Yes, that would be more better. That would be much more better. Davis, thank you so much for the clutch. I appreciate that. CBT with the $2 saying, fuck yeah, Lewis, huge W's. I completely agree. Yes, I know what I said. You know, Try, I thought I'd let you know that it's pretty sad when I have to make jokes and I have to explain them to you, okay? It makes me feel sorry for you, all right? First, you don't know how to use the English language, and then you don't even get the joke. Okay? It just makes me sad for you, really. Okay? So please stop. Please stop. You're just embarrassing yourself at this point. Truly, truly, truly. Prescriptions are down 18,000%. $18,000%. That's where prescriptions are. I went to CVS and got a Tylenol. They paid me $20,000. I said, here, I would like this Tylenol. And they were saying, you're in luck, Mr. Trump. You've done so great with prescriptions that they are now down 100,000%. SSL said, Paulie, you once talked about actually seeing people who were hurt by IR-15 rounds or similar rounds. I was just curious if that was any story worth telling. Yes, it is a story worth telling. No, it is not one I will tell on live. Is that fair? I do appreciate that, though. I do appreciate the super chat. I really do. And thank you for the question. So I really don't take that offensively. I'm just not going to talk about it. I do appreciate it, though. Thank you. I really do. Thank you. Really, I do. And Christina, thank you so much for the 6-7. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Also, did I see Chester with the 4-month over there? Or are we doing golden battleships yet? I haven't heard that yet. I haven't heard that one. I know there's new battleships. I didn't know they were going to be gold battleships. I did know we were getting new battleships, apparently. How else are we going to send our armada to Venezuela if we don't get new battleships? How are we going to, Corey, I agree. How are we going to literally freaking put completely surround? That's why he's getting the new battleships, right? It's so we can put boats 360 degrees around Venezuela. Yeah, that's why. We're going to surround Venezuela with ships. Okay, don't worry about how that's possible. Okay? Don't worry about how that's possible. All right. Through Trump, all things are possible. Go ahead and jot that down. Through Trump, all things are possible. You can go ahead and jot that down, all right? All right, y'all. If you all support Trump, you all can join in and have a conversation with me, either by joining the guest request box if you're on the TikTok side, or calling the number that's right next to me,
it's insane,
or above me, and all that sort of stuff. If you'd like to have a conversation, you can tell me why you still support Trump. Me, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. God, I wanted to get to 10. Are we already? I think we're at 20. Or no. Thank you so much, me. And then Valador, we already had, also with the 5 gifted. Can we get big W's in chat for Valador and me? I was hoping we'd get to 10 new members today. It looks like we got to 21 already. I think we might actually get that over that 300 number today. We might actually get that thing over that 300. W's in chat for that. And Feisty, thank you so much for the $100 super chat. Oh my goodness. Huge W's for Feisty in the chat. Huge W's. I want to see this thing lined with W's so much. Do not stop for the $100 super chat over here. It says Merry Christmas and hi with the Christmas trees. Feisty, thank you so much for that. That is very, very, very sweet. Thank you so much. That is not going unnoticed. That means the absolute world to me. It truly, truly does. And so helps me to keep being able to do these types of things. So thank you so much. That is so incredibly sweet and so incredibly nice. And I really, really do appreciate that Christmas present that you had over here. So thank you so much. That is absolutely beautiful. I really, really appreciate you. I'm not seeing enough W's for this, y'all. I'm not seeing enough W's for this. I'm sorry. There are way too many people in here, and I'm just not seeing enough yet. Okay, that is absolutely huge. To show that kind of support. It really, really does mean the world to me, okay? Really, really does. Thank you so much. We're going to leave that up there for a while. It's got nowhere else to be. It's got nowhere else to be. Just go ahead and put that sucker right there. Plus, it's all festive with it because it's the red one too with the green trees, so it's the most festive. Think that was planned out? I think it was. I bet you it was. I bet you it was planned out. I bet you it was. Feisty smart. So probably planned it out. Ooh, it's hot in my office all the time. It's hot in my office. Well, like I said, it's been kind of strange over the last couple weeks or so. I don't know why, but MAGA seems to have been hiding a lot lately, especially with the whole Epstein files thing. So there's not many of them out there. So not very many of them to have conversations. And that's okay. That's okay. Again, they'll show up eventually, or if not, we can talk about armadas and Trump and all that sort of stuff anyway without them. I'd rather talk with them, okay? But if they're too scared to come and have a conversation with me, then that's fine too. I've noticed ever since the Epstein thing, they've had a really hard time. They've had a really hard time defending him. Yeah, they're waiting for him to actually do something good, which just thought I'd let you know might be a while. All right. I would say don't hold your breath, but you can also too. Like that's totally fine. You can also do that. You can also do that until he does something good. It's totally fine. Said hello. Right here. No, if you're right there, then call in on the phone line. Okay. Any coward can hide in the chat. Any coward can hide in the chat. You want to talk about why you support Trump? Then call on in. Have a conversation. Okay. If you can't stand on all 10 toes about it, then I don't really believe that you believe it. Is Trump really thinking of changing Washington, D.C. to Trump, D.C.? Probably. Wouldn't surprise me. You do realize that all of this stuff is getting overturned the second he leaves office, right? Just thought I'd let you know. Hello.
Hey, man.
What's up?
I called you about a week and a half ago, I think. And you changed my mind about a lot of shit.
Awesome.
I'm not here to disagree with you now.
What'd I change your mind on?
Well, we just talked about Trump, and you told me a lot of stuff I didn't know, and I had a couple questions for you now, just out of curiosity, not like to argue with you.
Sure, send it.
So, did you see anything about like the Epstein files getting released?
I did. I've seen quite a few things. You want to be more specific?
Well, I know all the like actual like words, like the paperwork, the files, the pictures were all redacted, but there were the pictures where mainly Clinton and Trump's faces were the only ones that weren't redacted. And originally, based on just what we talked about like a week or a week and a half ago, maybe just a week, you changed my mind about a lot of stuff, and I thought about everything differently. And, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, per se. I think it's all bullshit, really, but...
well, let me fill you in on a little information on the Epstein file release. I'll just fill you in on a little bit. We'll make this real quick, okay? They released 2 gigabytes of about 300 gigabytes of things, right? Over 90% of what they released was redacted, right? They were ordered by law. Pam Bondi was ordered by law to release the entirety of the files. Not just, what is that? 2%? It's not even 2%. What is that? 0.1% or something like that? Like, not just a tiny little bit of it to release all of them. They didn't do it. So they are in violation of the law currently right now. Second of all, we know that it's not even close to all the stuff that it had to do with Trump because they had already released a certain amount of photos, right? And some of those
Yeah.
photos that they already had with Trump, they weren't in the files. So they know that freaking not all those things with Trump are actually being released. And then when they realized they didn't release that part, then they re-released it, which just makes me ask the question: how other many pictures and photos and stuff of and things of Trump do you have, right, that haven't been released yet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, just on what I've seen with all the Trump pictures, like, I'm questioning now, like, why the hell did I even agree with this guy? And like, I like a lot of his policies, but I'm like, man, what the hell do I not know now? Like, because his face next to Epstein so many times, and next to all these young girls that I've seen with all these released pictures, I'm like, what do I not understand now? What do I not know? And now I'm questioning everything.
Well, yeah, and it completely backfired on them. First of all, Cat Mom, thank you so much for becoming a super fan. I do not want that to go away. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But I do want to add in that they thought they were going to be all slick and they were going to friggin', just release photos of Clinton, and that, it was going to make Clinton cower. And Bill Clinton came out and said, I have nothing to hide, release the entirety of the files.
Right.
Bill Clinton
Okay,
said
I didn't
that.
know about that, but
Yeah.
I did know that a lot of them, most of them, are just Clinton and Trump, from what I've seen.
No, there were some other people in there. They had ones with like Michael Jackson and stuff like that. Like that was supposed to
Oh, I
surprise
did see
any
that
of
too.
us.
Yeah. I see Michael Jackson too.
Yeah. But it's just them hiding the files, just like they've been doing before, just like they'll continue to do. They're not going to stop anytime soon.
So is it just like a cocky thing? Like, how are they going to release,
Thank you so much again, Feisty.
however many pages, and does it all be all black? And is it just a spit in our face, or what?
That's literally what they're doing. Yeah. Yeah. They're spitting in the American people's face. They're spitting in the face of the people that they hired. I mean, let's not forget that Kash Patel and Dan Bongino pretty much, spent their entirety as YouTube creators calling for the release of the Epstein file. Then all of a sudden, they're just, hidden from the entire thing. The entire right wing was for that.
By this?
They should be. But see, here's the problem with that is that you have all these same people, these right-wing creators that were calling for it, right? Tucker Carlson, even I even believe Ben Shapiro was calling for the release of the Epstein files. And now all of a sudden that they're not releasing them, they're just quiet. They're just disappeared. It's like they never said any of that stuff. They're just
Thank you.
They're just and the people that are saying to release it are literal nut jobs. Like, and they know that, right? Like Candace Owens, right? Like she's calling for the release of it, but she's out there freaking saying other like insane shit, like the freaking, the first lady of France being a man, right? And so nobody believes her for anything because she's just fucking crazy, right? So
what's the deal with Candace Owens? Because I thought, so I'm not really like that into like either side of like the hatred and the political shit and all that, everything. I agree with certain things I hear, and I disagree with certain things I hear. And so after Charlie Kirk got shot, which actually, a lot of shit he says I agree with, a lot of shit I didn't agree with. I liked him as a person, though, because he spoke his mind. He wasn't afraid to go out there. And after he was assassinated, Candace Owens went on there and said a bunch of weird shit about how, like, there was a bunch of secrets about how, and a bunch of weird stuff about how.
Oh, she's claiming all sorts of stuff. She's claimed it's fucking French assassins that were sponsored by Israel.
Exactly, yeah. The Israel claim.
She's all the way off her rocker. She has completely lost it.
So before that, though, she wasn't that bad, though, right?
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
I've heard people say she was crazier after this Charlie Kirk assumptions.
Well, she was crazy before. She might be crazier now.
Well, a lot of I like. I'm not gonna lie. I like to hear people argue. I like to hear both sides. I love hearing arguments. I don't hate it when it gets like heated, but I mean I don't like it. I mean when it gets heated, I don't want people hating each other for an argument. But I love arguments, and I love hearing both sides, and I love learning. But like, what do you think about Candace? I don't watch her. I watch Charlie Kirk almost every other day, and I really liked him. And it's not to say that I agree with certain things or not, but I just liked him as a person. And I don't. When I realized he got shot, I was like, oh my god, my heart dropped. It was like a president assassination almost. But still saying that, I don't understand everything that they stood for, everything that Candace Owens is saying, and that people like you that dig into the stuff, I don't know what you have to say. And that's why I'm open-minded, and I want to hear, like, what am I missing? What do I not know?
So let's be very clear. Charlie Kirk was not a good person, right? The racism and sexism that he spread throughout his platform was horrific, right? It was very, very bad. Now, do I believe that he, should have been killed for it? Absolutely fucking not. I don't believe that anybody should be, that should be assassinated, especially for political reasons or, or for
right, exactly.
or for arguing things, right? Yeah,
I'm not gonna like disagree with you or try to start an argument. I don't see the like racism or anything like that, but that's not what I'm asking you for. It's just literally what you just said. I'm just your opinion, like
but what I was getting to is that Candace Owens
it,
is a whole other. She's a whole other thing. She like there's Charlie Kirk, and then there was Candace Owens is a whole other. She's a full conspiracy theorist, freaking anti-Semitic, fucking like crazy person. Like she is the definition of like a walking tinfoil hat. Like she's out of her whole mind. Okay, so let's be very clear.
What did she do that's crazy?
Dude, she's literally getting sued by the French government because she won't stop saying that the First Lady of France is a fucking man.
What?
Yes.
Is it like even a question, or I don't even know who the First Lady is?
No, President Macron's wife, who has his children, who is very much a woman. She literally is spreading this crazy conspiracy theory about her being born a man, right? To the point where she's getting sued by France.
Like the whole country?
Like the freaking executive branch of fucking France is suing her.
Huh. See, I've heard that about Barack Obama and his wife, and her being a man and all that. I agree that's kind of stupid. I don't get into stuff like that, but mainly it's more like with her and Charlie Kirk, like it's people disagreeing for me, like what Charlie Kirk stood for. And I don't know anything about like Charlie Kirk. I've heard. I'm not gonna lie. He said some pretty on the line stuff.
He said some pretty bad stuff, sir. But I'm really truly not here to argue about or talk about what Charlie Kirk said when he was alive. Okay, his stance on things is very well documented, and if you want to see any of the things that he stood on, you can go and find those things like wherever you want. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it because regardless of anything, I don't believe that any violence should have been committed against him. Okay. And right. I don't talk on the dead. Okay. I don't do that. Right. Like I try very hard not to. All right. So that is not the position I'm going to take here. I'm not going to sit here. Right. Again, the things that he said about women, about black people, about, what he called DEI, people pretty much saying they weren't qualified enough, talking about, people not like black women not having the intellect to fucking keep up with other people. Like it's just horrific shit, like horrible stuff. But you can go look all that shit up on your own. All right. Like it's not worth this conversation. Right. The man's dead. Okay. He's not talking about anything. His wife's out there seriously having like the best of time.
What his wife has said after he died.
I mean, she's having a great time.
Questions.
She's having a great time. Okay, so I don't know what she was doing before, but she seems to be fucking. She seems to be happy as a motherfucker right now. I guess her and JD are just having the time of their life. Okay,
that pissed me off.
I don't know why it pisses you off, sir. Charlie Kirk was very specific. Okay, about his stance on women, where he talked about what women's places and where they should be and who they should be and what their role was in society. So I don't know why you're surprised when she's like,
well, it's not like I'm like writing him or anything. It's just that he had an old world view is like what I got from it. I don't agree with a lot of it, but like I agree with how he was he was raised that way with that old world view. And I don't like I hate talking about like race and all that, but I've looked up some of the stuff he said and it seemed to be, from what I saw, true. But I hate going into that race thing.
Well, then let's not do that. Let's talk about the fact that like I said, Charlie Kirk was very specific about the role of a woman, the role of a wife in the American society. And now his wife is no longer under that view, right? He's not under her thumb, and he seems happier. Okay. And by the way, that should be a little piece of note for any of you guys out there. All right, that have these same views on women and think that women should be subjected under your thumb or anything like that, or shouldn't have opinions or shouldn't work or their places in the home. Like, look, like that should be like an eye-opening thing to you, okay, about how this woman looks now that she's not under that, right? And so, like, I don't think that any of you guys would want your significant other to be gone and then they get happier. All right? So just think about that. All right? Just think about that. All right? When you're having those views, okay? That maybe you don't want your significant other to be happier if you're not there anymore. All right? Just throwing that out there. Just my opinion. Okay?
So, yeah, I haven't seen a lot of... After she made that statement, after he died, I kind of, like, stopped. I didn't watch anything she said because the fact that she read it off of a script and didn't seem, like, legitimate, like she was told to say that, I
dude,
stopped.
She's out there interviewing Nicki Minaj, having the time of her fucking life, dude. She's out there just having a good old fucking time, dude. I actually found out yesterday, and there's a true story. I found out an ex, like, acquaintance of mine. He was a coworker, right? But like we did like hang out and stuff like that for a couple years back in the day. Haven't seen him in about 8 years now. I just found out that he passed away, right? Motorcycle accident. I found that out yesterday. Again,
man.
Like he wasn't he wasn't the closest guy to me in the world, but he was. At one point, I would have called him like a friend and stuff like that, and he found out he was dead in his early 30s, right, in a motorcycle accident. Very, very sad. Okay, very, very sad. And I will tell you, this person that I have, that again I didn't know for a long time and haven't talked to him for a long time. Okay, I am spending more time grieving over his death right now than Charlie Kirk's wife is over Charlie Kirk. Just throwing that out there. Okay, I'm spending a lot more time grieving over this person I hadn't seen in 8 years than Erica Kirk is over Charlie. That's all I'm saying, and I'm just saying that just says something, right? That just says something.
Right,
I don't know.
Right.
Like, you can take whatever you want out of that, right? That is open to opinion. That is subjective. But
views,
that says something, right? Like, that just says something. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man.
Right, it does.
Yeah, but anyways, hey, it was good talking to you. I am going to move on, freaking see if I can get another caller in here that we can have a little bit more of a contested argument over. But I hope you have a wonderful day, okay?
Okay, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Have a good one. All right, Charlie, I saw some people that were calling in that seemed like some Trump supporters as we were going through. So if you'd like to call back in, you're more than welcome to now. I really appreciate that. And like I said, I'm very sad this guy's gone, right? Like, it's very, very sad. Someone said in New Mexico. I wonder if it was in New Mexico. I actually think it was, actually. Funny and crazy enough. That's wild. But yeah, like, that's all I'm saying is she's not grieving, dude. I'm just calling it how I see it. She's not grieving. Okay? I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just an observation. Y'all, make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. She's just not. Hello? She's not grieving, dude. I'm just
Hello?
Hi, how are you? Okay? I'm not trying to be a dick. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you turn off the live in the background and maybe like listen over here?
Can you hear me?
All right, not doing that anymore. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I just wanted to say why I voted for Trump.
Okay.
See, the main issue I had is especially this trans thing, and now kids are being put into problems like males who are transformed into females, putting them in school competitions. That I completely disagree
Yeah.
with
What state are you in,
because
sir?
Minnesota.
You're in Minnesota.
Hmm.
Thank God. What time's it there?
It's around 6 p.m.
It's around 6 p.m. Yeah, I guess that's close
Hmm.
enough. I actually don't know what time it is. What time it is in Minnesota? What times are they in? Are they in Central or Mountain?
Central. Yes, it's Central.
Is it Central? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Central.
Okay.
So the first thing Trump came and it was like, hey, we are not going to do this anymore, and that's what I liked about Trump. And I know I disagree with so
Yeah.
many things,
No, I'm
especially
really
with.
not interested in this conversation, sir.
Okay, fine.
I'm just being honest with you. The fact that the right has somehow made trans people a political argument is just disgusting to me. It's kind of sad.
No.
No. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Okay. And I am
I'm
not
not
going to
doing
make.
that.
Yeah, I'm
They
not going
can
to
make
make
their
people's
they can
livelihoods
make
your
their
political point. It's
decisions
sad.
when. Yeah, they can make their decisions when they're older 18. I don't mind.
No,
Like
you can
whatever they
mind your
want to
own
do.
fucking business, and I'm not talking about it.
That's fine.
Again, we're not okay. Bye bye now. Guys, trans people are not your political point. Okay. I know MAGA gets scared easily. Okay. I know you guys are like, oh my God, if I don't know what somebody's genitals are, I have to find out very quickly. Okay. And I understand. All right. That really bothers you guys. Okay. That is not a political point. All right. That is just you being scared and bigoted. All right. It is not a political point. Okay. I'm tired of talking about it. Truly, I am. Stop trying to make the only reason that Donald Trump is able to do this and talk about trans people and talk about and make this a political point is because people engage with it too much. Truthfully. Is because people engage with it too much. If people just stopped caring about what trans people are doing, this entire political point goes away. And I've been guilty of it too. I've been guilty of engaging in that conversation way too much. And I realized that, like, I was actually just thinking about the day. I was like, I spent way too much time engaging in that conversation, and not out of ill intent, right? Not out of ill intent, but it just needs to stop. It's just gotta stop. So, truthfully, CBT, thank you so much for the $2. Saying seeing all the gifted memberships tonight is great. It really is, isn't it, CBT? It really is nice to see. It's actually very, 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 very nice to see. Thank you so much, CBT. Davis, thank you so much for the clutch. Christina, thank you so much for the 6-7. Leah, thank you so much for the marshmallow. I really appreciate you guys. All right. We're going to keep this thing moving, see if there's any more Trump supporters out there where we're going to have a good conversation. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see. I'm cool with whatever tonight, man. We're just gonna hang out and we're gonna try to have some conversations. It's so funny how the right just sits in their little tiny echo chambers and they don't want to leave it. They're like, oh, somebody has opinions that are different than mine, and they run away. It's funny how they idolize Charlie Kirk, but yet when people actually want to have conversations with them, then they don't want to do it. They just sit in their little bubbles. Isn't that funny? Isn't it just kind of ironic? Isn't it kind of ironic? Just being honest. Like I said, you can talk whatever shit like you want on Charlie Kirk or say whatever you want about him, whatever, right? He had conversations with people on the other side. He did that. And it's just truly not like, it's just weird that the same people who idolize someone that freaking had conversations with the other side refuse to. Just kind of strange. Also, he had a tiny face.
Waiting to introduce myself.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
I'm 25, Beverly Hills, Trump. Why do
Beverly
I still
Hills.
support him? Yes. Can we get to the panel?
Beverly Hills. That's where I want to be. Hey.
Anyways,
living
I
in
support him because the
Beverly
economy's
Hills.
doing amazing. ICE is doing an amazing job. He secured the border like he said he was going to do. What more can you complain about?
You said, how old did you say you were?
I'm 25. Why?
Oh,
How old are you?
I'm 39.
Anyways, like I named my 3 reasons why I support him.
I know, I wasn't
think he's
listening to
gonna-
you.
Sir,
Yes?
I think he's doing amazing with the economy right now.
All right, what's
Consider what he
amazing
was
about the
giv-
economy?
Consider what he was given.
Awesome. What's good with the economy?
The inflation's down.
Inflation is not down.
Gas is down.
Gas just went down. What are you talking about? For the
Sir,
winter.
Trump just reported that we made 18 trillion in tariff revenue. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
ICE
we've already
is doing
had
a good job.
Yeah, we've already had fact checkers from like easily a dozen people that said that number is a bullshit lie. And it's
ICE
nowhere
is
even
doing
in
an
the vicinity
amazing
of that.
job getting rid of the criminals in this country that shouldn't be here.
Are you just like are you just trying to play like let's see if we can bounce from subject to subject and never
No,
look
you
at
asked
anything?
me why do I support him. I was naming the
Yeah.
3 reasons.
Well, sir, I can't talk about 3 things at one time. I can only talk about one if that's all right with you.
Well, I was just gonna name the 3 and we could just go on from there.
No, let's just start with the economy and we'll go from there, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. So are things more expensive than a year ago or less expensive than a year ago?
Definitely less.
Oh, really? Then
I
what did the Trump administration just report on inflation?
that it was at what? Below 3%, I believe. He
Right,
said it was less
2.7%. And what is that
Yes.
what is that 2.7%
compared to last year.
Sir, what does that 2.7% represent?
That inflation is actually going down. What do
No.
you mean?
It means that things are 2.7% more expensive than they were a year ago. That is what's called
I don't
year
think
over
so.
year. Well, you don't have to think, sir. I'm informing you. So you don't have to think at all. Yeah, that means that things year over year from a year ago are 2.7% more expensive than they were a year ago. That's what that rate means. In order
I
for
don't-
things to be less expensive, we would have to be going through what's called deflation, right? So if it was negative 2.7%, right, that would mean that things are 2.7% less than they were a year ago.
I think you're trying to be funny. Don't call me a sir. I'm a female. Thank you.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
And you know that wasn't. And be respectful. I'm being respectful. Be respectful. That's all.
I
That's
said,
all
ma'am. I
ask.
corrected myself. I'm sorry.
Continue.
Yeah. So I'm sorry that you don't know how inflation rate works.
Well, when I go to the grocery store, I see a huge difference compared to under Biden.
I do too. Things are about 2.7% more expensive. And
I
that's
don't
just
think
across
so,
the board.
really.
I mean, if you look at things like beef, I think beef is up like freaking 30% or something like that.
Well, it just went down at Whole Foods, so I don't know.
It
what
just
you're
went down a
calling.
Whole Food. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. You live in
Yes.
Beverly Hills. You're rich. Do you even do your own grocery
I'm not-
shopping?
I'm not rich. I'm not rich.
Bro,
I live a comfortable life.
I've seen beef prices at Whole Foods. If you're buying beef at Whole Foods right now, you got money. I'm just being straight up with you. I can't even really afford friggin' beef at Publix. So if you're buying it at Whole Foods, goodness gracious, you must be throwing dollars in there. They kicked me out even looking in that place.
And not to mention, gas is down in California too. I was paying $7 under Joe Biden. Now I'm paying $4 something.
The
You
average
can look that up too.
The average in the United States when Biden left office was like $3 and something.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. But
And actually, up until
I'm not talking about
October.
average. I'm talking about California. I'm not talking about everywhere else. California.
Well, sir, I don't know if
Where
you know
I
this or
live.
not.
Ma'am.
Ma'am. I don't know if Donald Trump, you learned this or not, but Donald Trump and Joe Biden are the president of the United States, not of
Yes.
California.
Okay, but I'm just saying that in California, I paid $7 under Joe Biden. Now I'm seeing a
Well,
difference in
thanks,
their
Gavin
Trump.
Newsom.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, then you should thank Gavin Newsom
I don't have to thank him for what.
for lowering your gas price.
And how did he do that? I'll wait.
How did he do that? I have
Okay,
no idea
got it.
how he did that, but you were talking specifically about
Exactly.
California, not about the entire United States. And Governor
I
Newsom
see other
is
I
the
see
governor
people
of
post other
California. So
things.
if things went down just in California, that would be on Governor Newsom. So you can think of that. How did Donald Trump lower your gas prices?
What do you mean? He just undid everything that Biden was doing. We're drilling even more. Drill, baby, drill.
We're actually
I
we
mean,
actually
come on.
produced more oil last year than at any time in American history. We outproduced Saudi
Would you mind
Arabia
pulling
last
that up on
year.
Would you mind pulling that up on the big screen?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yep.
I also wanted to talk about ICE and how they're doing a job keeping.
Nope. We're gonna keep straight on the economy for a while. We can move to ICE after.
Mhm. Anybody else?
Yep.
Once he
Here
gets
it
the
is.
Keystone pipeline back up and running, it's really going to be low.
The Keystone Pipeline back up and running.
Yes.
Well, you are going to be amazed to know
the Keystone XL the
it
edition
never stopped running.
that was shut down.
Oh, the Keystone XL pipeline. So how long was that running for?
A while until Joe Biden shut it down.
That's impressive.
It was still in the process of being completed.
If it was
and
still in the
almost
process
there.
of being completed, then how was it running?
Sir, I'm looking at the thing. Can you pull the screen up a little bit closer, please?
No,
Thank
the
you.
screen is at that level. I can't. I mean, if you just want to see dates over here.
Yeah, slide them dates.
Yep, you can see right here, we're 2024, all the way through here, we were higher. We're actually just barely picking up a little bit right there. Yeah, we went from the Biden administration doing about 13.3 to we're about 13.8, right there in that range.
What year is that?
This is 2024, and then this goes into 2025.
I'm looking for, yes.
Yes.
Now show the prices under Joe Biden, please.
These aren't prices. This is the amount of oil production.
Okay. Show the ones under Joe Biden, please.
These are both under Joe Biden and Donald Trump. This is the oil production in the United States going back to 1920. I can't see because the thing is
like all blurry.
Yeah, this is going back to 1920.
Let me see. Okay. All right, you can put the screen down now. Thank you.
No, I'm good. I'll leave it up.
Okay. Next question.
Yeah. So, like I said, okay, we were producing more oil than any time in American history, and we were producing more oil than Saudi Arabia last year. Okay.
And I'll let you have that.
And while oil has been going up slightly, about 500, was it 5?
I'll let you have that, sir.
500,000 barrels a day or something like that. It actually really hasn't affected oil prices like significantly whatsoever. Actually, again, we had higher gas prices all the way through this year up until October, and then as things started to cool down, the oil prices or the gas price started to go down, which is normal, right?
I'll let you have that, sir.
I know, sir, but I'm explaining it to everyone else. I don't need you to let me have it. I already have it. All right, because it's just right. All right, which is totally fine. But regardless of any of that,
we'll go to ICE now.
Oh, you want to? That was all you had on the economy was gas prices are down?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. What about ICE?
You don't think they're doing like basically a good job making sure that the criminals are out?
No, they're doing a great job making sure that non-criminals are out.
Who's the non-criminals? Once you cross that border illegally, you're considered a criminal.
Yeah, and once you're a felon, you're also considered a criminal, but that doesn't really stop you, does it?
Well, it's stopping now. As you can see.
What criminal offense is it to be in the United States illegally?
What do you mean?
What crime
is it? Just crossing the border illegally without having any sort of papers.
Can you be here?
A crime.
Can you be here illegally without crossing the border illegally?
Yes, of course you can.
So, are they stopping people at the border, or are they stopping people that are already here?
They're stopping both, basically.
Incorrect. That would be the Customs and Border Protection. Customs and Border Protection's job is to stop people that are coming in, and people that ICE's job is to stop people that are already in. So, what crime is it to be in this country illegally?
When you don't have legal status.
I didn't ask you that. I said, what crime is it, sir? Sir, what is the definition of a criminal?
What do you mean?
What is the
definition?
definition
You break the law. If you don't respect our laws, you have no reason to be here.
Awesome. So someone who commits a crime.
Yes.
It's even in there. So what crime is it, is what I'm asking you.
Like I said, when they're sitting around speaking Spanish or whatever, so they have every right to
No,
detain these people
speaking
and ask them
Spanish is
for
now a
legal,
crime. That's interesting.
ask them for the legal status. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. I thought we outlawed
You don't
stop and
think that-
frisk a long time ago, but I did not know that speaking Spanish was a crime in this country. That's pretty impressive. There are going to be a lot of Puerto Rican U.S. citizens that are going to be very upset to hear that.
Obviously,
Luis,
we could tell.
Luis,
We could
run,
tell the
bro.
difference between
Luis, run, but big dog.
Puerto Ricans and
You don't
other
wanna be here, man.
races. I could tell the difference between a Puerto Rican and a Mexican.
Do you think there's not people that are Mexican that are here illegally and U.S. citizens?
I believe they're here illegally. I believe there's a whole lot. I see it daily in California, so I believe so.
You're in
I
Beverly
literally
Hills and
roll
shop
my
at Whole
eyes.
Foods. I don't know if you ever see a brown person.
I see brown people, but they're speaking English. When I hear somebody speaking Spanish,
I'm sorry. Do you
question,
see
are they
any?
here
Do you see
illegally?
any
That's
brown
all.
people that aren't your maid?
Excuse me. No,
There is
you're
not
just
much
being
excuse
like-
for you.
You're pushing it now. You're twisting words.
Just saying.
I'm married to a Cuban.
Oh, that actually. Okay.
Like I said, Puerto Ricans, they come here, when they're here, they speak English. Now, if I hear you speaking Spanish or any other thing, I have every right to call ICE.
You have every right
And
to
ICE
call
has every
ICE.
reason to detain people. That's all.
Gotcha. So you call ICE on people speaking Spanish.
Yes, it doesn't matter what language. Really, you can speak German, you can speak French, you can speak Portuguese. If I hear you speaking it, I have every right.
You're in an you're like an HOA president, aren't you?
No, but I have every right to call. Did you hear what happened to Lake and Raleigh?
Does your partner speak Spanish?
No, he doesn't do it around me.
He doesn't do it around you, but does he speak it?
Here and there, but like I said, he doesn't do it around me.
Gotcha. So if you heard your husband speak Spanish, you would immediately call ICE?
He tries not to because he's still learning English.
Yeah, but if he does, I'm just saying you're going to call ICE immediately, right?
No, that's my husband. Why would I? He's here
speaking
legally.
Spanish. That's why. Are you kidding me?
He's here legally.
Well, we need to call ICE and find out.
He's here legally. He
Nope,
got his
we need to
status
call ICE.
under
Actually,
Ronald
let
Reagan.
me
He's
know
been here
what
for 40 years.
Donald Trump's deporting a whole bunch of people that have been here for 40 years.
Maybe because they don't have papers.
They don't have papers. Well, we need to call ICE, make sure that we can get those papers, make sure those papers are in check.
I don't understand how you're against that. Your people used
I'm
to get stopped
100% for that.
for stop and frisk.
Oh, my people.
Right or wrong?
My people.
Right or wrong?
My people. That's
That
good.
used to be a thing. That used to be a law.
That's-
Stop and frisk was mainly for people of color, correct?
What is people? What's
Right
a
or
person
wrong?
of color?
It could be anybody. Your people. Come on.
What's a person of color?
Black people, Mexicans, anybody. They used to stop your people just based off your color, correct?
So which one am I? Am I black or Mexican?
I think you're black, but hey, who am I?
Not much of anybody. Yeah.
Stop and frisk used to be something for you, correct?
Something for me. Do you know who's the biggest
It used to
proponent?
be a law made for your people.
A law made for my people. Wow. That's interesting.
So we're just gonna sit here in silence.
I wish you would spend the rest of forever in silence, just being quiet someplace. Personally.
All I know is just come here legally, and I don't think there's a problem with it.
So you're okay with people just being treated inhumanely based off of
It's not.
legal status that
it-
you're
it-
not even familiar with the law on?
It's not inhumane. It's like I think it's something that should be for our safety. You remember 9/11? You
Yes,
see how
I do.
easily
You
it is
don't.
for people for shit
Yeah,
to happen like that.
I remember 9/11. You don't.
You see how easy it is for people like that to get
Why
into
did
this
you
country
say,
and
do you
something
remember
like that?
9/11 as if you remember it?
I saw the videos, everything.
You saw the
You,
videos.
you see how easy it is for people like that to get into this country and do something like that again.
I'm pretty sure those people came here legally, actually.
I doubt that, but
Yeah, I'm actually
They had no
pretty sure they
business
did. Yeah.
they had no business being here. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah,
Had they not been
they were
here-
here. So you don't care whether people are here legally or not.
I care that they're here legally.
Well,
Like I
those
said,
people,
there's people who do that in their
the
country, so
9/11
they thought it was
terrorists,
okay
the
to
nine
bring it
eleven terrorists
here.
were here legally. The person who just
According
shot
to
those,
who?
the U.S. government, the person that just shot those National Guardsmen was here legally.
All I'm saying is, I don't want another 9/11 to happen. That's
Well,
all,
none of us
or
want
a
another
Boston Marathon
9/11.
to happen.
Sir, none of us
That's
want another
all.
9/11 to happen. I think that's what's so important about this conversation, all right? Is because Stephen Miller directed the heads of ICE to stop going after criminals, okay, and start going after people at Cardenas Markets and 7-Eleven. He has taken ICE's focus, which was specifically on things like stopping terrorists and things like stopping criminals, with doing all of that stuff. And he has told them to stop worrying about that so that he can hit this arbitrary number of 3,000 deportations a day. In order to do that, he has to do things like use the IRS for people that are here paying taxes, for using the court system for people that are trying to do things legally. He has pretty much shut down things like asylum seeking in the United States, right? He has to be able to do all those things, and that is taking ICE's concentration away from actually stopping the criminals. I wish ICE would focus on criminals, and if ICE was doing a good job of focusing on criminals, people that could commit the next 9/11, people who could commit the next Boston Marathon, people that could, do another, DC shooting, if it was for that, all right, then I wouldn't have too many issues with this policy. Unfortunately, he's doing things by taking regular people who've committed no crime. He's treating them inhumanely. He's putting them in random detention centers that are in inhumane conditions. He's doing things like sending them to CCOT, where they're freaking being, subjected to physical, mental, and sexual abuse, right, for committing no crime. Even for people like Kilmore Breo Garcia, who are literally just released by a federal judge, just I believe today, like was just where he was just told like, hey, you can just go free because there's not even enough evidence to hold him for any type of like a crime that is worth holding him for, right? So
That's something I don't agree with. I agree with due process, but like I said, they have every right to stop and ask. That's it. Are you here legally? That's it. And what did Juan
they actually
do to
don't.
get deported?
They
Just
actually
asking.
don't actually have that right.
What did Juan do to get deported?
What?
What did Juan do to get deported?
Who's one?
Wasn't it Juan Gomez or something like that? Some Spanish name or whatever.
Some Spanish name.
Are you not going to answer the question or not?
No, I don't respond to shit like that.
Well, Jose or whatever Mexican name he had. He got deported, correct?
I'm sure there's been quite a few Juans and quite a few Jose's who have been deported. You're gonna have to get a little bit more specific.
It's like hard because they all freaking look alike and shit. Are you gonna answer the question or no?
No,
I don't have all day.
you literally have nothing better to do. I promise you.
I don't have all day for
Sounds
this.
like you probably started drinking wine at noon. I believe you don't. I don't believe you
I
have.
don't have all day for this.
I don't believe you have anything. All right. All right, sir. Well, I'm gonna let you go. All right. Have a good one.
Have a good one, nigger.
At the end, it just became on purpose. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, we're gonna open up these phone lines, keep this thing going. I really appreciate you guys. Please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much. Jason, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
How's it going?
It's going great. How about yourself?
Doing well.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm in my late 30s.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
I mean, overall, I'm pretty pleased with the way things have gone so far. Nothing's perfect, but when comparing it to the Democrats, it's not really a close call.
I mean, I believe you're right. It's not really a close call. The Democrats absolutely destroy them.
In what way?
I mean, last 10 recessions have been caused by under Republican presidents, including one under Donald Trump. Donald Trump has come in economically and friggin' has pretty much worse numbers than by time when worse numbers across the board than when he took office. So the thing that he was actually handed, he's actually made it worse. We're not more secure as a nation, like with our allies. We're not more secure friggin' on international stage. We're literally entering more endless wars, literally repeat things like weapons of mass destruction and regime change wars in South America, which we've proven have been very big negatives. On top of that, Donald Trump is literally robbing the American taxpayer, giving huge tax cuts to corporations at the expense of everybody else, especially through things like tariffs, losing jobs at a historic rate. I mean, really, you name it.
Yeah, I mean, so you said a lot there. And so
I know.
I'm
I'm
able to
sorry.
respond to all of it.
I actually cut myself
But,
off there.
I
I
mean-
could have gone for a lot longer. But what do you think is actually better? Let me ask you that.
Well, so I think that, like, just on one issue, because I can even acknowledge that there were certain parts of the Biden administration that weren't terrible, but on immigration specifically, the Biden administration totally shot the bed, right? It doesn't sound like you care about demographic integrity very much, but most Americans do, right? And so it's like when there's one party that's facilitating the entry of, potentially over 10 million people in such a short period of time, right? I'm almost necessarily going to vote for whoever's going to stop that, right? And regardless of the other
So
things,
let's
that you don't
stop real
like about
quick. What do you
Trump,
mean by
acknowledge
democratic
that he's
integrity?
mostly
Before we go any further, what do you mean by democratic integrity?
demographic integrity, right? So
So I
what
said,
I would say is that the citizens of a country, part of being the sovereign citizens of a country and being in a democracy, is that we get to choose who comes and who stays in our country, right? And so when you have administrations who are facilitating the illegal entry of people into the country, or facilitating means that allow these people to stay in our country illegally, right? They are subverting the democratic
what do you
will of
mean
the
that
American people,
I'm sorry. What do you mean that we decide? Who's we?
the American voters.
The American voters. And who did the American voters vote for? That was the president during all of that.
During which part?
During the Biden administration.
They voted for Biden in 2020.
So therefore, the people
immigration-
literally voted for the representative that did that. So literally, it is the people facilitating that.
So you would agree with me that immigration is not
No,
solely up
sir,
to
sir.
the president,
So,
right?
so the people did do that. That's
No, I
what I'm
understand your
saying.
argument.
You're
So,
saying that the Biden
so stop
administration.
interrupting me. I'm gonna respond to what you're saying.
No. You're saying that the Biden administration did it outside of the democratic process. Okay, but the Biden administration doing it means it's part of the democratic process. Literally, that's what his job is. He was elected democratically. Okay, and did things representing the people. Let's also not forget that Donald Trump, that he specifically tried multiple occasions to try to do things to shut down the border. And the democratic process, the people voted not to do that, right? They voted not to freaking shore up our asylum laws. They voted not to add more customs and border protection. They voted not to freaking add more judges so we could get people out of here. They voted not to freaking extend the wall or to build more wall. They voted for all of that stuff through the democratic process.
Yeah, so you have to let me respond. So I understood your argument the first time. You didn't need to explain it more in depth. And what I would say is that immigration policy isn't as simple as just who's in the White House, right? So it's like the democratic will of the American people as it relates to immigration should ideally be expressed through our immigration laws, right? And so if there are laws on the book controlling how people come to our country, and let's remind ourselves that America is incredibly generous in terms of who we allow to come and stay in our country. I think that we give out 1.5 million green cards every single year, right? So it's not like the American people are super closed off and nativist and refusing to let anybody in, right? But even in our endless magnanimity and generosity towards these people, there's millions and millions of more who want to come here. There's an endless number of people.
That's totally great, sir.
Right.
That's
And so-
totally great. You're trying to divert from this conversation, and I'm going to bring you back real quick. Okay, you said that the Biden administration was doing things outside of the democratic process. Okay, I was
Are you gonna
addressing.
repeat your same argument again?
I'm going to until you address it. Yes,
So
because you're refusing
how
to
about let's
address
do
it.
this?
You're
If I
refusing to
repeat
address
your
it.
argument to you, right? Then we don't have to pretend that one of us isn't understanding the argument.
Well, apparently
So
you
what you're
don't understand
saying
it
is that
because you're
because
not responding
so
to it, and you're
no, so
moving
what
on
you're
to another
saying,
part of the conversation. Sir,
no,
I'm
no, it's
still
not another
stuck.
part.
Sir,
No, you're
sir,
just not
sir,
tracking.
sir. Well, that's
You're not
fine.
tracking.
That's fine. I'm not tracking. That's totally fine. So please, for my benefit and the benefit of everybody else who for some reason doesn't understand what your response is, how was Biden working outside of the democratic process if Biden is literally the result of a democratic process, and literally all border policy and law that would have stopped all of this was voted down through the democratic process? Can you please explain to me how that's working outside of the democratic process? And please, and since I am so stupid that I cannot understand your argument, please make it as clear as day to me and direct as humanly possible. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll try my best. It does sound
Please
like you're
do.
having trouble tracking. So
Yes, I'm so stupid. Please
according to
do
your
that.
logic, the line of reasoning that you are furthering here is the idea that just because Biden was democratically elected, that anything he did after that would be in line with the democratic will of the people, right? My response is that immigration policy is not only about who's in the White House, but about the laws that are passed by Congress, right? So if Congress wanted to massively change our immigration laws to allow all of these aliens to come and stay in our country, they have the authority to do that, right? But that has not been done, right? So rather than winning that legislative battle, the Biden administration was literally flying hundreds of thousands of aliens into the interior of the country against the wishes of most Americans, which is why he lost the election.
That's actually
Right?
not
They had a
true and a
combination
blatant
of
lie. But
the
regardless of any of
debacle
that,
on
sir,
immigration,
that's a blatant lie.
coupled
That
with
is
the
a
endless
blatant lie.
lying,
Yeah, because
right,
those people that were being,
really
sir,
turned
those people
people
that,
off.
sir, those people that were being flown in were people that were asylum seekers. Okay, you're talking
No,
about people that
not
came.
all of them.
Yes, they were.
Not all of
Yes,
them.
they were. All of them.
I mean, all right. Even if that's true, I don't think it changes the substance.
It
of the
does,
argument.
because specifically that is based off of our law, 8 U.S. Code 1158, which assigns how people are allowed to seek asylum in the United States. And so therefore it fell under our laws, which again fell under our democratic process, a process which Joe Biden tried to secure up, right, to actually make it tighter, to make it actually harder for people to be able to seek asylum. So it would have limited that. But through our democratic process, congressional Republicans stopped them from being able to do that. Are you saying that the
So you're talking
congressional
about the Langford
Republicans,
bill right now?
are you saying that the congressional Republicans were voting against the will of the people?
I mean, the will of the people is manifested through the votes of their elected representatives.
Perfect. So
your
the votes
question
of those,
is kind of a non sequitur.
those votes of the elected people, right, said that we should not have more border patrol agents, should not have more money at the border, should not have a wall, right, should not have more people to be able to troll in between ports of entry, right, should allow more people to come in under the asylum law, and friggin' that's what the votes of the American people did. So this actually has nothing to do with Biden whatsoever. This has everything to do with the votes of the
killing
American
that bill
people
had everything
in
to do
Congress,
with
in the American people. The American people voted to make sure that these undocumented immigrants kept coming into our country. So it had nothing to do with Biden. And who are you and I to even have a conversation about this if the American people, through our constitutional republic, voted to make sure that that continued to happen?
Yeah, I don't know if you're like trying to pull a fast one or.
Oh, I'm sorry.
don't
Do I
really
need
know
to talk
what
more
this
slowly so
argument
maybe
is.
you can understand what I'm trying to say?
No, I understand what you're saying.
Oh,
I
okay,
just think
cool.
It's really silly and stupid.
All right. Well,
and
I
so
think you're really
referring
silly
to
and
the
stupid,
Langford
and your
bill.
entire argument is silly and stupid. But I'm trying to address it anyway. Okay.
So
I
can
am
I
literally
respond?
I'm doing no
Take a
one
breath.
I'm doing no one a service here by engaging in your ridiculous argument. Okay. But I'm trying to do it
So
for
I
you
haven't made my
anyway.
argument.
Okay.
So what my argument is that you have to look at the context of why the Senate Republicans, or I think you're right, the House Republicans killed the bill, right? So this was over 3 years into the Biden administration. And for the first 3 years, they tried to gaslight the American people, like, oh, everything's secure, nothing's going on, don't believe your lying eyes. But it became politically catastrophic. New York, Chicago, these Midwestern cities and these northern cities were starting to really feel the effect of this, right? And they saw the poll numbers. And so Biden and Kamala Harris attempted to, wash their hands of this issue and say, oh, it's actually not our fault at all. It's Congress, right? It's like we have been, tied. There's nothing that we can do. You can go back and see all the compilations of even people in the media echoing the sentiment. Oh, there's nothing that we could do. It has to be Congress, right? And this was obviously a political ploy to try to salvage any attempt for the Democrats to win in 2024. Right, and Trump correctly.
It's okay, bud. Take a
called their
breath.
bluff and said, actually, let's not pass it.
Don't pass
And
out.
we can show everybody that they're bluffing. And then when it didn't pass, what did
don't
they
pass
do?
out
They
there,
shut
bud.
down the border. Right, so obviously it was a choice the entire time.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Trump
let's be very
totally
clear.
exposed them.
Yeah, let's be very clear. They shut down the border from legal migration, right? Just like the Trump administration currently has shut down the border for legal migration. That's
Good.
why you're
Good.
seeing this type of encounters, right? So actually going
Good.
outside of the law, right? Going outside of the democratic process by issuing executive action that shuts down legal migration. You can think that that's good. That's totally fine. You totally have the right to think that shutting down legal migration is the real problem here. But I think the majority of Americans have a problem with people that are coming in here that are not legal. Now, let's not freaking fool anybody, okay? The Biden administration was not good on immigration. They were far from it, all right? Some of the decisions that they
Obviously.
made, sir, I'm still talking.
I was agreeing with you.
You can agree after. The Biden administration was in no way good on immigration. They made a lot of decisions, all right, that I completely disagree with. I think that they should have done more to stop the border to begin with. I think their rhetoric could have been a lot better when it came to immigration, right? But that is not what we are currently talking about, all right? We are talking about what ended up being the migration policy from the Biden administration. And the Biden administration stance was strong. And if you want to be even more strong when it comes to that stance, Kamala Harris's stance was even stronger, right? Because even currently right now, we do not have the finance at the southern border with the Customs and Border Protection to specifically secure the southern border. We don't have the wall that everybody was promised. We don't have people being processed through immigration courts faster. The Border Patrol still doesn't have the technology, right, that it could have had that bill passed or had Kamala Harris been elected. Instead, what we have is a pretty much complete shutdown of legal migration in the United States with a full concentration on people that are already here that are not committing crimes. And that is where my issue is, okay? If we were actually to focus on an actual security of the southern border, which we're not focused on, and secured on actually getting criminals out of the country that are actually trying to commit harms against the United States or commit harm against the people, then we would be focused on the right things. But Trump isn't focused on that. Trump is far more focused on hitting some arbitrary number of 3,000 people deported per day. He's using people that are here legally. He's using the immigration courts. He's using IRS data. He's using people that are working, and he's focused on them. And see, that's where the difference is that your concentration is on getting anybody out that freaking wasn't, probably white or American here. And my concentration is actually on criminals and terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're right. Like, we do have different focuses. Like, obviously, I would like to deport all of the criminals and terrorists. I'd also like just to deport all of them, obviously.
Yeah, I know it's obvious.
Yeah, and so I'm a little unsure what argument you're furthering. So you were going into like, oh, Kamala Harris, like she was like this border hawk, like it would have been so much more secure under Kamala Harris.
I believe my point was
So you're
incredibly
saying-
clear, sir. Do you need me to repeat it?
No, I was just referencing the point.
Oh,
I
well, you said you
understood
weren't
what
sure
were
what
saying.
point I was trying to make. So
Well,
I was just
unsure
saying,
what
like, I
ultimate
thought I made my
conclusion.
point, like,
Well,
extraordinarily
maybe if you stopped
clear.
interrupting and listen to what I said, you would know, you would understand what I'm saying. It sounded like you were implying that if I was a single issue voter on immigration, that I should vote for the Democrats. Is that what you're saying?
If you were a single issue voter and that voter was immigration,
Yeah.
oh, yes, I would 100% you say you should vote for the Democrats. I wouldn't vote for Joe Biden again, but I wouldn't have voted for Joe Biden to begin with. I don't think at any point in the United States we should have 80-something-year-olds that are running this country. And especially not Joe Biden when it comes to immigration, because he wasn't a very, very good on it, right? But we had choices outside of Joe Biden. By the time the election came up, it was Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. It had nothing to do with Joe Biden. And Kamala Harris actually has a pretty decent track record when it comes to all those things and supported actual policy that would have helped the southern border. She was very, very open and honest about it, right? And was very specific when she talked about her immigration stuff. So yes, I do believe we would have better immigration policy that not only helps to secure our southern border more correctly, right, but would have had ICE focused on criminals, on people that were actually trying to do us harm, right, while also opening up pathways to citizenship for people that are here, that have been here legally, that have been working and paying taxes and doing their jobs and all that sort of stuff, and actually have further pathways towards that. So yes, I think we would have had a perfect compromise of both
Right.
border security and actual progress within our immigration system.
Right, but like we don't want a pathway to citizenship.
No,
Right?
I don't
And
know
it's
who
like
we is.
Well, people on my side of the political aisle.
I don't believe that.
And you can pretend that Kamala Harris is this like hawkish person on immigration because she
Didn't
tried
think she was
to
hawkish.
cosplay as one during her race in 2024.
Not what I said.
But unfortunately, the American people have a memory that lasts longer than 2 weeks. We have her entire record as a public figure showing that she doesn't take immigration enforcement very seriously. one of the very first bills that was proposed was a bill that Kamala Harris helped co-author in January of 2021, right? That this was their big immigration bill, and it didn't include any of these provisions about, increasing funding for ICE or increasing funding for the Article 2 judges, right? It was only about a pathway to citizenship, right? And what this really boils down to is that people on your side of the political aisle aren't respecting the choice of the American people that we get to choose.
You don't know what side of the political aisle I'm on. Let's start right there. You have no idea what side of the political aisle I'm on. Second of all, I don't know what side
You're right.
is.
I have no idea.
You don't. First of
No
all, second of all,
clue.
I don't know what side of the political aisle you're on because you're saying we on our side.
I'm a Republican.
Well, then you're way off because actually the overwhelming majority of Americans, both Democrats, Independents, and Republicans, all support better pathways to citizenship.
I would be interested in
Only
seeing
white nationalists
updated
don't.
polling on that.
Yeah,
No, that's
you can look up
totally
updated polling. It's
and
not hard. Yeah,
There's this weird gaslighting tactic that goes on that you're employing right now.
there's a
implying
weird
that
whining
because
tactic that I'm
hold on, let me
hearing from
finish.
you, sir.
Because no, calm down.
Sir,
I'm
I am
making a
very,
point.
very calm. You don't have to tell me to do that. You need to learn to breathe and stop
Well,
whining.
you're interrupting me.
Yes, I'm
right? So I'm just
interrupting you
saying,
because
let
you're
me make
being
my
a
point.
douche. Okay?
I'm being a douche.
Yes.
We're having
Do you know what a
political
douche is?
conversation right now.
We are not.
I do know what a douche is. But
Okay, cool. You're one of those. Okay? And I'm responding to that accordingly. Okay? So please
what
continue.
you're doing right now is this gaslighting tactic where because
Sir,
white people,
I don't need the whining.
we're afraid.
Like truly I don't. Okay, get on with your point.
It's not whining. I'm. So don't tell me to make my point, and then every time I'm 3 seconds in.
Sir, if your
interrupt
point
me.
is, I think you're gaslighting me, then I don't want to hear your fucking point. Okay? If your point
No,
is
what I'm
something
saying is
political,
that
then
this
move
idea
forward.
that white people caring about demographics makes them a white nationalist. Like this argument lost. Like it's like go back to 2016. Like we're way past.
Not
it
even
now.
what I said,
Like,
but
that
it shows
argument
where your
doesn't
head's
work
at.
anymore.
It's not even what I said, but it shows where your head's at.
No, you said the only people who care about this are white nationalists. Isn't that exactly
That is
what you
not
said?
what I said. You're not doing a very good job of keeping
correct
up with
me.
this conversation.
I mean, everyone heard what you said, but you can
Yes,
just
they did.
clarify your position.
Yes, they 100% did. What
To
I
clarify,
said
so
was
I-
the
what I heard
majority
you
of
say
people,
was that-
both Democrat, no, maybe listen this time. The majority of people, both Democrat, Independent, and Republican, okay, overwhelmingly support a better pathway to citizenship. The only people that don't support a better pathway to citizenship are white nationalists. Did you catch it that time?
Yeah, I think that that's completely ridiculous.
Okay.
I think that that's insane.
Okay.
Like, do you have a poll for that? That the polls that I've seen show that almost a super majority of Americans want to deport all the illegals.
Sir, I'm sorry, I don't have any polls for white nationalists. I'm assuming you probably do.
No, I don't. You're the one who made the claim, right? White nationalism. It's one of these like stop sign words that you think that you can just throw it into a conversation, and the other person is going to stop in their tracks. Right? To me, it just like literally bounces off of me. I couldn't care less if you think that I'm a white nationalist.
But yet you took
My
the time
point
to
is
stop
that,
and
like,
address
we don't
it.
want illegals in our country, right? So it's like we want to deport all of these people, and that is our right as the majority of the population. Like they're not Americans. They're not welcome in our country.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make me a white nationalist?
No. Let's look at the poll data. When asked if
very
immigration
interested
is
in that.
generally a good thing or a bad thing for a country, a record of 79% of U.S. adults call it a good thing. A record low of 17% see it as a bad thing.
No, and I would be in the percentage of people who think it's a good thing.
We can keep going. It's
Right,
no
so
big deal.
So look at the opinions about
June of
deportation.
2025, Parsons vote on immigration effects in the United States. 64% of Republicans say that immigration is a good thing. Has a
But
good
no one
effect
is
on the
arguing.
United States.
No one is arguing that immigration is a bad thing.
You are.
No. At the very beginning, I made the point that America quite generously takes in 1.5 million legal immigrants every single year, and I haven't criticized that policy at all. I think that some diversity is obviously good, right? But the nonstop, endless flow of what I would consider to not be the highest quality immigrants, low wage, low skill peasants essentially into the country. I don't think that that's helpful. I don't think that that's to the benefit of Americans. And I think that if you look at the polling on deportations, right, people broadly support deporting illegal immigrants.
They do, huh?
Yeah.
So you would think that they'd probably have a pretty favorable view of Donald Trump's immigration policy then, right? Since he is deporting all of these people, right?
I think that most people don't have a stomach for law enforcement, right? It's the same reason why with like BLM or whatever.
You don't get it both ways. You don't get to say they support law enforcement when it comes to deporting people, but then don't have a stomach for law enforcement when it comes to deporting people. Which one is it?
No, what I'm saying is that most people, when confronted with a video about law enforcement, right? Someone being shoved into a car, right? They don't have the stomach for it. They assume that there's some sort of civil rights violation going on there. And so it's like, I'm not going to say that they love every single action that the Trump administration has taken, but I think that overall, yes, the American people do approve of Trump.
Here was the question. Do you strongly approve, disapprove, or strongly disapprove of the way Donald Trump is handling the immigration issue? And an overwhelming majority of people in the United States disapprove. Shit, he barely got over 90% or over 50% with Republicans.
For strongly approve, yeah.
Yeah. But independents are the key in this Democrat, where strongly disapprove is at 45%. Disapprove is at 24%. Okay, of independents, we're not even talking either side. I expect the Democratic numbers to be low, and I expect the Republican numbers to be slightly higher. But if you even look at the demographics across that, as a majority of Americans across the board, and this is a poll from June of 2025, this is not anything that's, that's not recent, right? I wish I had one from a little bit sooner, but this is still very, very, good data. Right. And it shows specifically
this is one poll.
Oh, I can pull up many more.
Do you agree that like the poll the statistic that I cited, which I'm sure that you can find very quickly, is that a clear majority of Americans, and this is in 2025, support deporting all illegal immigrants. And then when you get more specific in the questions in terms of like people who have only been here for a certain amount of time or people who have committed crimes, right, that number only goes up, right? It's even the New York Times published this data a couple months ago.
Yeah, sir.
That
what
even the New York Times
said
is acknowledging that people broadly are supportive of mass deportations.
Sir. I was just showing that as a general reference point to show that what you're saying is not supported by the majority of Americans. And the people that do support that, okay, because you specifically said deport them all. When I said that he was generally stopping people that were coming here legally, you said that that's a good thing. And I am showing people, I'm not showing you, you don't, whatever. I'm showing everyone else out there, okay, that what you're saying is in no way supported by the majority of American people. It's barely supported by the extreme minority of people in the United States, and generally the people that have that feeling that no migrants, whether legal or illegal, should be here, is a stance that is held by white nationalists. Okay, people that believe in things like people that believe in things like the Great Replacement theory, or will like use terms like demographic integrity, like you like to use earlier. Okay, your type of people, okay, that believe what you do, are the extreme minority, and I just want to let everyone else out there know that regardless of your political beliefs, regardless of whether you're on the left, whether you're on the right, whether you're in the middle, whether you're a Republican, whether you're a Democrat, okay, you don't have to agree with this guy. Okay, you can want strong borders and not be on this guy's side. You can believe in freaking getting, terrorists out, criminals out, making sure people are vetted. You can believe in all of those things and not be on this guy's side.
Right. So, first of all, you're trying to frame it as I'm this tiny fringe political minority.
You are.
Even your own poll showed that it's a supermajority of the Republican Party. Right. So it's a supermajority of one of the two major political parties in the country. It's hardly fringe. I would probably argue that it's actually one of the more common political beliefs because people have a variety of views on this. But something else that you said was really interesting. So you brought up the Great Replacement theory. And so it's like, what, you're calling this some sort of like conspiracy theory? Like you don't believe in this?
I was just letting you know that I already know that you believe in it.
No, I mean, that's like, I don't think that there's a way to deny it, right? It's like you
Same.
can think it's a good thing or a bad thing, right?
This guy,
You obviously don't think it's a bad thing.
he actually
but
truly gets
it's
mad at
obviously
me
happening.
when I call him a white nationalist, and then freaking talks about how there's no way to deny Great Replacement Theory. Do you see how easy that is? You see how I can just read him like a fucking book? It's not even like
to be
not
clear,
even difficult.
No
dude.
one's getting mad about anything. It's like what I said.
No, you're not
earlier,
getting
is
mad.
that
You're
your
nervous. That's why
accusation
you're
of white
nervous, laughing.
nationalism-
That's why you're stuttering.
It just-
You're the one who's
it
been
literally-
nervous and
no,
off for the last like 8 minutes of this conversation, especially when I start pulling up data. You're the one that's been way off on this conversation, big dog. I'm doing just fine, sir. I'm actually in my
no
sweet
one's
spot.
off on
This is great.
conversation.
Yeah.
So what I said earlier is that accusations of white nationalism are just bouncing off people. It's like we don't care. It's like whether or not you call us a white nationalist is totally irrelevant to us. What I would say is, in terms of the Great Replacement, from my view, it's like there are people who support this process. They call it, demographic shift, the Browning of America. There was that seminal book in 2006 about the new democratic or the emerging democratic majority, and it was this idea of like, the population is getting older. They're not having children. We don't have enough people to support our social services, and so as articulated by the UN, a lot of Western countries adopted what they call replacement migration.
Yeah, I'm done
Like,
with
the
this.
idea
That's
is if your
fine.
population
I
is too
appreciate
old or
that.
not having children.
No, I appreciate that. I'm done with that. Thank you.
Are you mean like which part of the Great Replacement is not true?
Oh, no, sorry.
Which
You
part
must
is
have
not
been
true?
confused on what I was saying there. Let me be very clear with you, okay? I'm not debating a white nationalist. Okay? It's yeah, I'm just letting you
You're
know.
triggered now.
Oh, I'm not triggered at all, sir. Okay? I literally have destroyed you on every point that you've made this entire time, and there goes that little nervous laughter again. Okay? I am in no
Nervous
way triggered
laughter?
whatsoever, sir, but you, okay, are the minority. Okay? You're a tiny little minority. You're probably a little Nick Fuentes Groiper. Okay? And I
I'm
don't
not.
feel, okay, that it is right, all right, for you or anybody like you to be platformed on anybody's platform, because I don't believe that you being able to even get your beliefs out are good for anybody. Okay? So,
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go, okay? Because I'm not going to talk to you anymore, but I hope you have a day, all right?
All right. I'll just.
All right. I'm not triggered at all, but do you think I'm going to sit here on my platform and let somebody like that just freaking say whatever the heck he wants to say? Then I don't know what to tell you. Ash, thank you so much for the $2. Said, where's Ari? She's around. She's around someplace. I appreciate you. Dr. Carla, thank you so much for the $2. Said, Caller got big mad when she was misgendered. I don't think she was, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I think it was just a troll. I think that's what it was, but we'll see. Because she stopped caring about it after a while. Have you noticed that or not? She stopped caring. Valador, thank you so much for the $2. Said, color is off the wall. This is for real. Yeah. Tatted, Gia's asked her how she feels about the speaking Spanish before drinking from a water fountain. That's wild. Jason says, Jason, we already went through Jason. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate that. And CBT, that's crazy. All the super chats are about the caller from before. They're not even about this one. That's wild. That's pretty crazy. Oh no, again, like I said, while it was fun just dismantling his argument, okay, and I did enjoy it. All right. At a certain point, you have to be somewhat responsible for what people are saying on your platform. Right? You have to be somewhat responsible with what people are saying on your platform. And allowing groypers and white nationalists to just spew whatever they want on your platform, okay, I don't think serves the greater good, right? I just don't. So, that's all I'm saying. So, hate it or love it. Just what I was thinking. So, I mean, hell, even the Republicans know that, right? Even the Republicans are freaking up in arms about freaking Tucker Carlson having Nick Fuentes on. Right? Even they understand. Even people like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, okay, those morons even understand. Freaking, you are getting shit about having the wrong people on their platforms, right? So I'm assuming this was the guy. He said, "I'm not a groiper. I'm Jewish. You lost, LMAO." I am going to let you know, Andrew. You Jewish groiper.
Insane.
Okay. If you have to tell me that I lost or you won, that already decides who wins, sweetheart. Okay. Just little thing for later. Okay. If you win, you don't have to say it. I didn't have to say I won. Everybody saw me beat you. But thanks for sending me money. It's pretty crazy. Like, are you like a masochist? That's wild to get whooped and then send me money for it. That's wild to get whooped and then send me money about it, bro. Yo, hit that like button. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. That's wild. That's wild. I know I won twice. How you gonna get beaten and send me money over it, bro? Fucking sent much? Damn, dude. I mean, oh no, please don't do that. That's horrible. You know what? You know what would really beat me if you sent me like a $20 super chat. That would probably destroy me. I don't know if I could make it, I don't know if I could.
It's insane.
I don't know if I could mentally make it if you do that. I'd probably cry myself to sleep. You would so beat me. Dude, you would so own the libs if you sent me a $20 super chat right now. You would so own the libs, dude. You should think about it. You would totally own me, dude. Own the libs, bro. You got me. I whooped him out of his lunch money. That's fucking wild. Glitcho, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Saying, what's the difference between a white supremacist and a white nationalist? That is an excellent question. Let me see if I can articulate that. Yeah, if you send me 100, I will so crash out, dude. If you send me 100, I will so crash out. I will so crash out. You send me 100, I'll tell you won. I'll tell you you did a good job. I'll tell you I'm proud of you. I'll do something your dad never did. Whoever's calling, I'll answer the phone in a second. All right, 1 second. Anyways, there's a white supremacist and a white nationalist. One has to do with one's government policy, one's a personal opinion, right? White supremacies believe that whites are superior, like due to their race. White nationalists believe that supremacy means that they should freaking pretty much take over America and that they should deport anybody non-white, right? And then pretty much make the nation a white nation. If that if that answers the question. So it's not a huge definition. I assume most white supremacists are white nationalists. If that makes sense. And all white nationalists are white supremacists. This wasn't even a super chat. It just said it'd be the sickest burn ever if you sent $1,000 in honor of the win. Sick. Venmo in the bio, bro. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App in the bio, bro. It'd be a sick burn. It would totally get me, dude. I'll wait. You'll totally get me. Valador, thank you so much for the $5. I'm so floored these people feel so confident going out and talking like this. That's really the biggest problem when you have people like Donald Trump, when you have people like Stephen Miller, when you have all those things, right? Is that they then feel that they are more open to be able to be this type of person, right? You know where these people were hiding out? They were hiding out when Obama was president. Right. When someone like Trump gets in, they feel free to just come out in the open and act like they're people or something. You know? Act like they're people or something. It's horrific. Thank you so much, Valador. I appreciate that. And Jason, thank you so much for the $5. Said he's a Fiverr. Here's a Fiverr. Get wrecked. You got me, Jason. God damn it, Jason. Bro, big L's in the chat for Jason for just burning me. I'm so hurt right now. I'm so hurt. Big L's for Jason for just burning me so hard right there. Oh, he got me. Oh. Oh, it's so horrible. Phone lines are back open, by the way. Oh, he got me so bad. Actually, I'm going to turn off the phone lines for a quick second. I'll be right back, y'all. Woo, sorry about that. All right, now I'm going to open the phone lines back up. See, people were calling while the phone lines were down too. My bad. What's for dinner? I want fried rice so bad. I want a spicy chicken fried rice. That's what I want. I think I'm probably going to order some. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. Probably going to order some. Yeah, see, Jason, that's where I actually went. Jason actually made me I had to leave so I could go cry. All right, goodbye. I had to leave so I could go cry because of what Jason did to me. Between Jason and Andrew. Yeah. Fried rice paid for by white nationalism. Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, sorry. You sound like AI for a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was just making sure you were a real human. My bad. How old are you?
No, I'm definitely, yeah, I'm real.
Yeah, well, you sound real now. How old are you?
I am 19.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
What was that last part?
What's on your mind? What's up? What you want to talk about?
Well, we can talk about a lot of things, but the thing I wanted to touch up on the most is immigration.
Oh, we just talked immigration, but that's fine. I guess we can do a little bit more. I'm not gonna hold this conversation forever because we just talked about it twice actually. So, but what about immigration you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, it's the simple fact that the Democrats are attacking it and trying to dismantle Donald Trump's approach to tasking. They're trying to attack the way he's been approaching it, and they're going about it completely wrong. He's doing exactly what he promised to do when he got his mandate from the voters, and
Gotcha.
he's been delivering.
So how are they doing that?
How are they doing it?
Yeah, how are they attacking you?
Well, first off, they keep on saying how his approach is not constitutional.
So just
and
talking?
I think that is what?
So just talking?
Well, I mean, yeah, they go out on the media, they go on the news, they attack him constantly. They keep on pushing this
Oh,
narrative.
gotcha.
This
So they're
information
they're
is
attacking it
incorrect.
by just saying what's going on.
Yeah, they're saying what they believe is going on.
Well, I mean, what are they saying that they believe is going on that's not going on?
You're saying nonsensical things. I'm saying.
I'm
that
sorry,
they're
I'll
attacking
rephrase. How about
his
this?
position.
How about this? They're saying what Donald Trump is doing. So they're going on and they're like, hey, Donald Trump is sending ICE in neighborhoods. He's detaining people. He's separating children from their families, right? He's detaining a whole, there's been over like 170 American citizens that have been detained already, right? Under that, he's sending people to inhumane conditions and are under things like alligator Alcatraz. He's sending people to torture prisons in CCOT, right? Like he's not concentrating on, on criminals and concentrating on people who've been here for decades, who work, who are trying to do things legally. So they're saying those things. Okay. Which one of those are not true?
Well, I want to touch up on that one part you said where they're going against the people who support Donald Trump, who work for him and ICE, right? They're going after people who are not criminals. Well, every single illegal immigrant is a criminal. They committed a crime by coming into our country illegally, and they have every right to go after them and send them back to where
Is
they
every
came
person that's here illegally enter the country illegally?
from. No.
Okay, so you've already proven yourself wrong.
No, I said
Yes,
that
you have.
I said that every illegal migrant is a criminal. But not everyone who
Incorrect,
is
sir.
here
You
illegally.
said that every illegal immigrant is what you said, okay, is a criminal, right? But you also just
Yes.
said that you can be here without entering illegally. What crime is it
Yes.
to be in the country like without documentation? What crime is that?
Well, see, you're trying to catch me here.
I'm not
Illegal
trying to catch you.
immigration
I'm
is not
just
a criminal issue. Illegal immigration is not a criminal issue. However, it is against the law to be here in America.
incorrect. So
without being a
actually,
citizen.
being in the United States is a civil offense, where illegal
Yes, it
entry is a misdemeanor and actually is a criminal offense.
Yes, that's
Right.
what I said.
No, it's not. Okay.
Okay, well, we can talk about semantics all day, but my point still stands
Well,
that every single
Sir,
illegal
sir,
in the country.
in order to be illegal, it has to be a crime, and it's not a crime. It's a civil offense. In order to be a criminal, you have to commit a crime, right? That's part of the word criminal, crime, right? They just took off the E and added more letters at the end of it, right? In order to be a criminal, you have to commit a crime, okay? It is not a crime to be here illegally. It is a civil offense. Those are two completely different things. Just the same way that Donald Trump was civilly adjudicated for sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll, not criminally charged because it was past the statute of limitations, right? Those two things are different, and they're different for a reason, right? They're two different things. So you're using words like illegal, you're using words like criminal when those are not true.
Yes, they are. See, when you come into the country illegally, right?
Oh my
Cross the
God.
border
We already did this part, sir. Sir, we are not talking about people that I already said if you enter the country, that is a crime. But we've already figured out that you can be here, okay, without documentation and not entered the country illegally. Okay? He's
No.
deporting people,
No.
okay,
That is not
regardless of whether they entered illegally or they didn't.
Whether you're here, if you're here, you are here illegally and
Wrong.
you get deported. Period. Point blank.
Wrong.
If you can't accept that, then I don't know what to
If
tell
I
you.
can't
That's-
accept
that's-
the
that's
law?
the letter of the law. That's the letter of the
No,
law.
I am telling you the letter of the law. You're not listening to it.
Basic civics here, Polly. The president is the sole executive responsible for, executing the law, and whatever he says goes.
No,
Period.
whatever
Point
the
blank.
law says goes. He
Yeah,
executes
and if the president
the
executes
law,
it, it is
sir,
the law.
sir. He executes the law, and I am informing you of the law, and you're not listening.
Well, I don't think you're the most qualified person to be saying. what
Probably
the
not,
law
but
is.
apparently 1,000 times more
I think-
qualified than you.
I think the president has the final say so over the execution of the law.
Nope,
because
that
he
would be
is
the
president
judiciary.
in the executive branch.
Yeah. How about seventh
I
grade
said the
civics?
execution of the
That
law,
would be the
not the-
judiciary. Yeah.
Not the interpretation of the law. God bless you, sir.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah, sir. The execution
civics.
of the law. What the law
Execution of
says,
the
sir,
law
listen
set
to me,
forth by
sir,
Congress.
listen to me, sir, listen to me. How the
I'm
law is
listening.
interpreted, which is what you're talking about, belongs to the judiciary.
Mhm.
Then it is his job to execute it. Okay, that's it. All right.
The
So
president
what the
executes
law,
the law
sir,
passed by
sir, this has nothing to do with what the president is doing. The president has the ability
does.
to deport
Has
people,
everything.
sir. The president has the ability to deport people who are not here with documentation, because that's
Correct.
what the end point of the civil infraction is.
Absolutely.
Okay, that doesn't make them criminals, and that
Yes, it does.
doesn't make it illegal. Because if
There
they
are
were,
civil
sir,
laws and criminal laws.
sir, if they were criminal laws, okay, if they were criminal actions, right, where they were criminals, then the punishment for that would be prison. Okay, can he just pick them up and send them to prison, or does he have to deport them?
He has to deport them
He has to deport them. You know why he has to deport them and not send them to prison?
because it is a civil offense.
Because
they are
it's not
citizens.
criminal.
Because they are not
Because it's
citizens.
not criminal.
Citizens cannot
That's
be charged.
why. Because it is
Citizens
not
cannot be charged with
criminal.
with crimes and sent to prison.
He's not
That's not
charging
how that
anyone
works.
with anything, sir. He's
That's
just deporting them.
exactly. You're correct.
That's
correct.
sir.
That's what I
If he
said.
was, if it was criminal, he'd have to charge someone.
Exactly.
But he's
You're
not charging
absolutely
anyone, so it's not criminal. So they're not criminals.
I never said that.
Yes, you
I never
did.
said that.
You can't
No,
even keep up with
no.
your own argument, bud.
You like to use the straw man argument, but that's not how this.
Sir, I'm not
works.
using a straw man argument at all. I'm not sure you know what a straw man
You are.
argument is. What's a
You
straw
are.
man argument then?
I do. The straw man argument is where you try to attack a point that I didn't make.
Sir, did you
And
not
that's
say
what
they
you
are
got to do.
criminals?
Yes, I did say
Then
that.
that's the point I'm attacking. So therefore, that's the point you
Yeah,
you
you're a
made.
criminal
So
when you break
therefore,
the
I
law.
attacked it. So therefore, you just
You are
proved that
a
it's not a
criminal
straw
when you
man.
break the law.
Right
If you
there.
break- if you break
Congratulations.
the
You
criminal
just
law or a civil
you
law,
just
you're
you
still a
just
criminal.
you just nailed it, bud. Good job.
When you break the law, period, point blank, you are a criminal. There's that nervous laugh.
Oh, you think that's a nervous laugh?
Oh yes, it's a nervous.
Oh
laugh.
no, sir.
Look,
This is
no
I
matter
can't
what
believe
you
I'm
do,
wasting
whenever-
my fucking time talking to you right now.
And
That
now-
is
and now
literally
you're
it
getting
is
upset
literally a
because
question
I'm
of
dismantling your
how did
argument.
I get to this point
When
in
you-
my life where I am talking to someone that is making the most ridiculous, most fucking stupid argument that
See,
you just
and you're-
proved
and you're getting-
yourself wrong on. Sir, I'm not angry. There is not a thing that you could say that could make me angry. You do not matter enough to me to make me angry, okay? You are literally I would step on a bug walking out of this room and it would mean more to me emotionally than your existence. Okay? Sir, you're muted. You're not even worth my time being on my live, sir. You're muted. No one can hear you. All right. Yeah, you can. You can sit here all day. Probably because you have nothing better to be doing. Okay? So, I'm going to unmute you. Okay? And I'm going to attempt to have an adult conversation with you again. So far, you have failed at that miserably.
Never did that to you.
So far, you
We
have
were trying to
failed
have
at
a
that
political debate,
miserably.
and then you
Okay,
tried to
so we're
insult
going
me
to
personally.
try again. Okay?
Let's try.
Okay.
try.
So, pretty simple. Okay?
Okay.
You're making this argument about criminality. Okay?
Yeah.
First of all, in order to be a criminal in the United States, you would actually have to be convicted. Right?
No.
Shh.
No.
Shh.
No.
Oh, so okay, gotcha. So you're a criminal.
No.
Yes, you are.
Oh, I'm not.
Yes, you're a thief.
Nope.
I am currently accusing you of being a thief. So you're a criminal.
Okay, you can say that.
Yep, you're a
That
criminal.
doesn't make it true.
You're a criminal.
You can claim people or things, but that doesn't make it true.
Oh, gotcha. So you can claim somebody committed a crime, but if you don't prove it in a court of law, it's not a crime?
Not necessarily.
Oh,
And-
gotcha.
and this
So
point- and this
therefore, for the
immigration
people that
point
you're
is-
talking
is my-
about
is
that
my
are
main point.
criminals,
When
you would
cross the
need
border-
to prove it
when
in
you
court
cross
that
the
they're
border,
a
you
criminal.
commit
The
a
reason
crime.
why you don't have to prove it is because it's not a criminal offense. Again,
Exactly.
this is like
Exactly.
Oh, so now you admit it's
Exactly.
not a criminal offense.
No, I didn't say that.
You literally
You're
just
trying
said
to
that.
twist my words.
You literally just said that.
Whenever you cross the border, whenever you cross the border illegally, that is a crime. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, that is the only point I'm making.
Yes,
When you
and you
commit that
and you
crime-
made that point
when
a
you
thousand,
commit
like
that crime and you
literally,
cross the
sir.
border
Is
illegally,
that what
you
you
are
think we've
innocent.
been talking about this whole time? Is that what you think
that is
we've
the
been
only point
talking
I
about
tried to
this
make.
whole time? Are you literally so far behind this conversation that that's what you think we're still talking about?
I haven't been listening to all the other crap.
You
you've
haven't been
trying
listening to a
push.
goddamn thing that's been going on this entire conversation. If you don't
I'm not
if you think
listening- I'm
that
not
that's what we
listening
were
to
talking
anything
about.
Besides my own point. I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point that when
Bro,
cross the
you
border
fucking
illegally,
sir. This
that
is
a
why
crime.
like 5 times during this conversation I have literally said, "Sir, is everyone that Donald Trump deported someone who entered the country illegally?"
Yes.
No, because you can enter the country legally and be here undocumented. You could be here illegally, okay, according to you, using that terminology, and enter the country legally. Actually, the primary way that people are undocumented in this country is literally by having visas coming over here and overstaying them.
That is a crime.
That is that is
Look at
not a
that.
crime, sir. That's
Yes,
not a
it is.
crime. It's a civil infraction.
Yes, it is.
It's a civil infraction.
No.
It's not a crime. Nope.
Is it against the law? Is
Nope.
it against the law? If it's against the law, it's a crime.
All right, what law is it against?
Well, I don't know the exact law off the top of my head, but I know.
All right. Well,
whenever
I
you
don't either. And
overstay
since
your
it's
visa
not
and
against the
overstay
law,
your welcome,
and since it's not against the law,
is against
and you
the law.
can't show me the law, and you've never seen the law.
No.
Oh, okay. So you've never seen the law.
I-
You have no idea whether this law exists, but you know it's against the law.
If you could educate me, that would be great. Educate
Yeah,
me.
I just
What is
did.
it? Okay, educate me.
I
What's
just
the exact
did.
law that it's against?
It's
Educate
not.
me right
That's
now.
what I'm telling you.
Go on. I'm waiting.
I just did.
How is it against the law if
It's
civil action
not.
has to come after it?
That's what I'm saying. It's
If
not.
civil action has to precede it, then how is it not against the law? Answer the question. You're
Oh my
nervous laughing.
fucking
Answer
God.
the question.
Oh,
You
goodness
got that
gracious.
nervous laugh. Just answer the question.
No, this is
It's
just
not
so
hard.
stupid, dude.
I'm sure you think that, but right
I
now
do think
I'm the only
this. This
person
is
that's
this.
been on your show that dismantles your argument.
Yes, you're dismantling me. You're winning so much, man. You're absolutely destroying me. Oh my God. You're destroying me almost as bad as that last guy did. And I'm
sure,
I'm so hurt.
I'm
Are you
sure
gonna
you're into that.
are you gonna
I'm sure you're-
dismantle me and then send me money too?
No.
Oh, you
I'm
should
not that-
you should send me money like that last guy who wanted to tell me how much he beat me.
No, sir. This show is not worth that.
Right now it's not. I don't know why anybody is listening to me talking to you.
Well, you haven't been able to actually attack my points. Instead, you just attack me
Sir,
personally.
you're not
So-
even making points worth attacking.
Well, you've been attacking me for the past 15 minutes, so I mean,
Have we really been
Pretty
on the
worth
phone for
it.
15 minutes? God, it feels like it's been 45.
I know it's been a long time. It's hard to try and defend your points, even though they make no sense. I know it feels like a long time. I know.
Yep, that's it. All right, well, do you have anything else to say?
Besides the fact that you made my point entirely.
Cool.
Right?
Sounds great. I'd rather punch myself in the own dick repeatedly for the next half an hour than listen to you talk for
Wow. Please.
10 more
You use
seconds.
Such a vulgar language. Good
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Lord. Thank you and God bless.
2, 1. Awesome. Appreciate you. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I just fucking go to town, bro. Fucking I would rather than listen to him talk for literally any longer. Ugh. Hopefully he sends me money too. B-Love, thank you so much for the 6-7. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Satan, thank you so much for the gaming gift. That's really huge. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Christopher, thank you so much for the 2 jewels. I appreciate that. And Jason, thank you so much for the $5. Says, suppose I enter under a visitor visa, stay past the limit, I enter legally, now I'm here illegally. How is this so hard for them? I don't know, Jason. And truly, I thought I explained that pretty well. Okay? Like, I truly thought I had that, like, done pretty well. And apparently just crazy. Anyways, I'm going to, I don't know, do anything else but talk to that guy. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do anything else but talk to that last guy. Okay? Just anything. Literally anything. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Join the Discord. JT with the last second 5 gifted before we leave. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, JT, for that 5 gifted. Daniel, The Average, Mystic. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to pronounce the other two of you guys' names, but thank you so much for those 5 gifted, JT. I really, really appreciate that. Big W's in the chat for that. I'm gonna just go someplace else and do anything, anything else for the rest of the night. I love y'all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Okay. And thank you so much, JT. I really appreciate it. And all the gifters. All right. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I love you guys. Bye.